Hello, everyone. So on Monday's show, we were talking about $2,500 for your grocery bill. And before the show even started, got a Facebook DM from Amanda, who I think is on here. Hello. So first of all, she sent me an email in January and thanking me for the Bible. She has a disability with her vision that requires $500 Erlen filter glasses. We're going to actually talk about that because, if you guys will note, I have my Erlen glasses on.
Oh, you do?
And that's going to play a part in this.
You can't even see the color on the show.
You can't?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so my glasses are tinted as special. I have special. These are very expensive glasses. But anyway, she says after that message, which is going to come into play here a little bit later, she says, my entire paycheck of $2,600. Oh, shoot. Hold on one second, guys. I forgot to add. Let's see. I need to add my B-roll.
Where is it? Video?
Yeah. Oh, I don't have it up yet. Oh, there you go. Sorry, guys.
Where is it?
Documents. Yeah, right there. Okay. Details. Listen, I've had a migraine,
Oops.
Please shoot me in the head migraine today. So I'm going to try my best, guys. But anyway. Oh, now it's running. Stop. Okay. All right. My entire paycheck of $2,600 is used for food and living expenses like toilet paper, etc. Why is this running and not stopping? Okay. And we never have food, and I never eat because the kids want more. They aren't overweight. We aren't letting them eat the whole house each week. It's about $500-ish, which I scrape by making it to the next week. So I said, what are you buying? I would.
Your main question.
My main question for $2,600 a month. I want to know what you're buying. Now, she sent me several of her receipts. She did not send me an entire month's worth of receipts. And frankly, I don't think I could have gone through an entire month's worth of receipts. But I got the gist of what's happening here with just the 3 or 4 receipts she sent me. And I can tell you exactly what the problem is. Now, she did say on here, okay, so she sent me a receipt and I'll go through that. But she said, I had the meat for the week already bought, so this was the extra stuff I needed. I live in Idaho, and at Winco, it was $2.50 for a 10-pound bag of potatoes. So yes, I got triple charged. So she must have had a problem with them overcharging her. I have 0 extra time in my day for grocery trips. So yes, I paid a tip and had a delivery for a small fee as well. Or no, let's see. Yes, I paid a tip and had delivery for free as well. I'm a caregiver to a veteran and my 3 boys and full-time Veterans Hospital worker. I usually stock up at the beginning of the month, spending $1,000, finding the cheapest deals on meat, etc. We don't cook lavishly. Chicken, veggie, and quinoa, $30 Amazon's last 2 months. Idaho has 6% tax, but generally we don't eat grains. I did here. I added loaded baked potatoes and beans to the meal plan because the boys want snacks right after dinner and I feel they need more food. Usually we don't eat cereal either. Meat being whole chickens, ground turkey was the cheapest this month. Okay.
Snacks right after dinner? Oh, sorry. Did I get ahead of you?
Yeah. No, she said snacks right after dinner. Okay. So then after she sent me her receipts, I'm like, she said, I do the rest in person. I can't find the receipts, but my preferred stores are Winco, Chef Store. I have no idea what that is. And Costco. And I usually have a nervous breakdown before checkout handling the kids and work. So I order myself brownies. As you can see here, The same list cost me $500 this month, though, minus the bagels and brownies. She said, and then I realized what a ripoff the brownies were. I said, brownies aren't your problem, although they actually are part of the problem after I went and looked through the rest of her stuff. We don't eat anywhere, and my husband is restricted NASH diet, so we do eat healthy for the most part. All right, so then I go on to tell her I'm going to do this for the show. So let's get started on her receipts here. Now, I did ask, and her boys are 12, 14, and 7, I believe. Let me double check here. I think they're 12, 14, and 7 is what she said. Yeah, 12, 14, and 7 is what she said her boys are. And, okay.
So she can clarify if you want, but it looks like Chef Store is a restaurant supply store.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Now, Amanda, I think, is on here. So, Amanda, if you have time or are able to, and I say something incorrectly, please feel free to correct me. But I think I see what's going on here. All right. Now, first of all, because I had such a horrible headache today, I didn't put her receipts in order. So I just threw them on the timeline. I'm just going to go through and just tell some of the things that she's buying and why this is a problem. Okie dokie. Here we go. So one of the things that I noticed was she had on here spice mixes. Now, she paid $4.97 for this barbecue seasoning rub for 5 ounces. That's crazy expensive. Dining on a Dime Cookbooks, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Just today, and I forgot to bring it over, Jack was making himself a hamburger and put the homemade barbecue rub, I think it's Volume 2, put the homemade barbecue rub on his hamburger. A huge bottle of it costs about 50 cents to $1 to make. Right there, 50 cents to $1. So, cut out. I don't buy any pre-made seasoning mixes except Mike's fajita seasoning that he just really, really loves. I have the recipe, but he really likes it.
Well, you can make it out of the recipe.
So I didn't want to hurt his feelings. So we do buy Mike's fajita seasoning, but other than that, I don't buy any spices. I make them all. All right. The next thing we have on here, let me grab it, is she bought boneless, skinless chicken breasts for $3.59 a pound. Now, she lives in Idaho, and I went and looked. She lives in the Boise area. She lives in a metropolitan city. Mike and I used to live in Idaho, not too far from there. Boise wasn't the big city we shopped at. It was Lewiston. But I went and looked. She has every grocery store you could want. Every grocery store. She has Albertsons. She has Winco. She has Walmart. She has Dollar. What was the one you worked at? What was that grocery store?
Grocery Outlet.
Grocery Outlet. She's got Costco, Sam's, all of those. I think Sam's. She has all of those in Boise. So it's not like I'm here in Idaho or in Wyoming where I only have Walmart and 2 grocery stores. So she has a vast number of grocery stores. But just this week, now sometimes the ads aren't exactly the same, and I forgot to look up the Idaho one. But here in Wyoming, I mean, we're just a state and a half away. $2.77 for chicken. So she paid $3.59. She could have saved 70 cents a pound on chicken. So right there, we've already saved $10 off her grocery bill. Oh, and she's commenting saying that literally all those stores are within a block radius, it sounds like.
That's
And
awesome.
she said there is no Sam's Club. Yeah. So yeah, I think I know what your problem is. Bananas, 69 cents a pound. But then you got them somewhere else for 59 or 58 cents a pound. Okay, let's see. Shallots, I do not buy shallots. They are way too expensive. I only use onions. That is over $1, looks like $1.50 or so a pound for shallots. That's fairly expensive. Although, I mean, onions, let me see. I forgot to look up onions, but let me look real quick. Onions at Walmart right now, which is 99 cents a pound. So, you know, if you want to get fancy schmancy, then yeah, you're going to pay the extra 50 cents a pound. But she's wanting to cut her grocery bill. Okay. All right. The next thing is these sourdough fancy schmancy breads. Okay. You got your heart medicine?
I'm
wait,
stealing myself.
Are you stealing? Okay. Do it again. You weren't on camera. Steal yourself again.
I'm stealing myself.
Okay. Here we go. $6.19 for one loaf of bread.
What? What kind of bread
Here,
is that?
do that one more time for the thumbnail.
Wait, how's it go?
You're what?
What?
Okay, $6.19 for
one loaf of bread?
Yeah, for one loaf of bread.
Is it made of meat?
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Later on in our conversation, she did say that that she has the MTHFR gene. I also have that gene.
She said she got a refund on that, by the way.
Oh, she got a refund on that.
Good
That's
going.
hilarious. Good job. She has the MTHFR gene, and she can't eat any breads that have been fortified. Now, I have the MTHFR gene, and I have not heard that. I've only heard that you have to take the special B vitamins so that you can process the B vitamins, but I haven't heard that you can't take that. So possibly if this bread is just for her to eat, are you ready to show your shocked face? I'll let her have the bread.
Oh, sorry. What's this?
This is your shocked face again. A little delayed there, but that's okay. You're doing confidence.
I don't know what I'm shocked for yet.
I said, I'll let her have the bread.
What?
So
You
if
wouldn't
it's,
let me have the bread.
well, no. But if you have a specific medical condition and you literally cannot eat any of that, then I'll let you have the bread. But here's the thing. If she would cut back on her grocery bill from $2,600 a month down to $700 a month, she could cut almost 100 hours of work. Almost 100 hours of work. So let me see. $2,600 minus 700 is, okay. And then she could cut out, excuse me. Yeah, because it's after taxes. She could cut out 100 hours of work. Okay. She said no enriched, so low options, Dave's bread or sourdough. Okay, I get that. But if you could cut 100 hours of work a month, is it worth you spending 15 minutes a week? Or really, you could make 4 loaves of bread. You could make 4 loaves of bread in 15 minutes worth of work a month and just freeze the loaves. Is it worth you working 15 to 30 minutes to make your own homemade bread if you didn't have to work that 100 hours? I don't know. Need to think about that. If you need a good homemade bread recipe, Dining on a Dime, Volume 1 and Volume 2. But here's the thing. The same goes, she's not gluten-free, but if you're gluten-free like me, you can do that also.
Because Tara she has to eat gluten-free, and she was paying just a huge amount of money for gluten-free stuff, and she was rationing it because she didn't feel good about paying that. But now she still buys the bread because she doesn't eat very much of it.
So I'll buy frozen gluten-free bread every now,
because she'll eat 4
yeah.
4 slices a week.
Yeah.
But
So
she was, when she wants more or something else
I just make
that's
the
really
homemade, yeah.
expensive, she just makes it at home. Yeah.
All right. So I mean, for $6.19 a loaf, if you could cut 100 hours of work a month, I would definitely cut that one out for sure and just make your own homemade bread. It's really not hard. You could get a bread maker if you just really don't want to make it. All right. The next thing I noticed was Costco. Okay. Listen to me, everyone. Everyone. If you learn one thing, are you listening? From Tara, stop shopping at Costco to save money.
I don't. I just go there for the samples. Whenever somebody else with a card lets me come in.
We didn't rehearse that.
That's just how I roll. That's why she married me.
Stop, please. Stop. I'm begging you. Stop shopping at Costco thinking you are saving money. You are not saving money shopping at Costco. There might be a few things where you will save money. Their rotisserie chicken is good. Yes, if you're gluten-free, some of their gluten-free stuff is good and tasty, but it's not going to save you money, okay? All right. So she's ordering granola bars out the wazoo. Now, she has 3 boys. I get it. And I'm going to give her some alternatives here in just a minute. But she has $30, $40, $50 in just granola bars for 1 week. No, $50, $60, $70, $80, $90 in granola bars and fig bars for 1 week.
Wait, what? This 1 week?
I think so. I mean, she can correct me if she's wrong,
If you're,
or if I'm wrong.
see, I correct
But
you.
but I think that's what it is. No. Okay. So next. Oops, sorry, I put that in there twice. Let me get going here. Okay. If she would buy, yes, go ahead now. If she would buy let me go back here just a second. So she is paying 58 cents a bar for these granola bars and these protein bars. I don't know why she's getting protein bars. There's no reason to be buying protein bars for boys. Right here, cheapy granola bars, $3.28, 25 cents a bar, right there. Right there.
She says I get 3 for a month of each kind.
3 for a month of each kind. 3 times 3 for a month of each kind.
So
Does that mean she gets 3 granola bars, 3 fig bars, and 3 protein bars?
I think she's no. I think. Do you mean that you get 3 different varieties to kind of rotate through the month, or you get 3 different packages of each variety? Is that what you're saying? Is that the
Yeah.
question you're asking?
3. Let's see how. Okay, let's make sure
Granola
she's
bars.
saying that right. 3 granola bars of each kind per month. So to me, that means she's saying she's getting 9 times 4 is what, 36? She's getting 36 boxes of granola bars a month. That's how I'm
No.
taking how she's saying that.
I don't think she means that, but I'm not sure. So let us know, and I'll take a look.
3 of each month, though. 3 of each. Yeah, so 3. Maybe she means 9. But even if she's got 9, that is 1, 2, 3. So that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Let's see. I can't see the fig bars. Okay, I think she is spending about $150, $200 a month just on granola bars. 3 boxes of fig, 3 boxes of applesauce, and 3 boxes. So 9 boxes. And they're $10 to $15, $17 a box. Yeah, that's $100 to $120, $50 a month. So if you would get just regular cheapy Walmart granola bars, it's 25 cents a bar.
She says 3 of each.
Yeah. So that's 25 cents a bar. So you would cut your granola bar snacks in half just by getting the Walmart brand.
But you can also, well, if you wanted something that's fancier than the Walmart brand, is it cheaper to make your granola bars or no? Because I know
yes, technically it is, but
put
she
too
says
many.
she's tired and all that, so I'm working with that.
Oh, okay.
But
But granola bars aren't the best snack if you're doing a lot of snacks, right?
I don't think so.
Because they're really
All
expensive.
they are is a oatmeal cookie.
They're a fancy.
There's
cookie,
nothing
yeah.
fancy. There's nothing about a granola bar that is anything except that it's just a fancy oatmeal cookie is all it is. Okay. Let's see. Next is, and Erin says, my 19-year-old son makes your granola bar recipe Tara from our Dining on a Dime Cookbook Volume 1. Guys, it's 40% off for our 25th anniversary sale right now. He freezes them and pulls them out of the freezer for his breakfast before work.
How old is her son?
19.
19. Actually, it's
Yep.
funny because a lot of teenage boys, I mean, he's an older teenage boy, but a lot of teenage boys love the book because they can make stuff themselves that mom might
Yep.
not buy.
Yeah, they do. All right. The next thing here is organic fruit and vegetable pouches. Amanda. Now,
Fruit
I
and
will,
vegetable pouches.
yeah, you know, the little things
Those little
kids
squeezy
suck.
ones?
Yeah. Okay. Now, I will say she did say later in our conversation that she is buying regular applesauce and getting rid of the pouches. Well, first of all, after I saw the mold in those pouches, I would never give my kids any of those. I could maybe see if you have a 2-year-old and younger, and you're on a road trip going somewhere, maybe giving your 2-year-old and under those pouches, possibly. But really, pouches, guys, stop buying the pouches. And she does say, haha, I realized this one right away. Yeah, she did say, I was sitting here thinking, $27 to suck on applesauce.
Well, the thing I think is kind of interesting about this kind of stuff, and you're not the only one. I mean, lots of people.
No,
do
this isn't
but,
just you.
But there are a lot of people that think I can't afford to have a chef or a butler or a maid or whatever because I can't afford that kind of lavish convenience. But the truth is, these are the lavish convenience without the awesome butler, maid, or chef. So if you can't afford the butler, maid, or chef, it would be good to not buy all the convenience stuff.
And let's just remember.
I mean, some convenience is okay, but this kind of convenience is.
Just remember, 2.5 hours, or 2.5 hours, 2.5 weeks she works to pay for all this stuff. And it sounds like she's extremely stressed out with her jobs, okay? All right, so she did cut those ones out. So very good. Proud of you for that one. All right, the next one here is, okay. Chunk chicken. Now, I don't know why you're buying the chunk chicken or what you're buying it for, but that is $4.50 a pound. Once again, if you would go to Albertsons this week, $2.77 a pound right there. Not quite half, about 40% you could save on your chicken. Throw it in the Instant Pot or throw it in the Dutch oven.
And that's boneless.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the expensive chicken. And she says, yay, glad I have a replacement now. Give the boys the book while I work. There you go. And for the kids to start cooking. Yeah, your 12 and 14-year-old can start doing some of this stuff. Mine do. Jack's been Jack's been doing this. BJ started making pancakes when he was, 8 or 9. And he just started that on his own. But right here, you could save 40% on your chicken. Get yourself a freezer and utilize it. Stock up on some chicken. Throw that chicken either in the Dutch oven on the stove top or in the oven. It's summer right now, so this would be more of a winter thing, but in the Dutch oven on the stove top or in the crock pot or in the Instant Pot. Let it slow cook until you can just shred it. Really easy. And then you can put it in little packets, 1 to 2 pound packets, freeze it, and then you have your chicken already done. As a matter of fact, if you have 3 boys, what I would do is just make 2 packets of those chicken twice a week, and you've got a huge amount of protein right there. All right, the next one is her tiramisu bar cake, $20.
Whoa.
Holy macaroni. Now, what she said was, let's see. Oops, I lost it. She says, okay, so what she said was, I'll paraphrase, is that basically going back to the Irlen syndrome. So for those of you who don't know what Irlen syndrome is, I didn't know what it was until March, but Irlen syndrome is where you do not process colors correctly. So it's kind of the opposite of being colorblind. Instead of seeing colors, you almost see colors too much, and it fries your brain, basically. So when I go into Walmart, I about had a nervous breakdown every time I would go to Walmart. And I absolutely hated shopping at Walmart. The studio lights drive me bonkers. Reading is a huge problem. ADD symptoms, reading problems, dyslexic problems, all of those. They're finding out people with this Irlen syndrome don't process the light, and it stresses them out, and basically they just kind of short out their brain. Well, she's buying brownies and tiramisu and all this because she's so stressed out as soon as she's done grocery shopping. I'm like, pay for the delivery so that you don't have to go to the grocery store. It's okay to pay for the delivery and not go to the grocery store. I'm okay with that. But spending $20? Holy macaroni. Now, at first I told her brownies aren't your problem. But if I understand right, she's spending about $20 every week from stress eating at the grocery store. There's another $100 right there. We've already cut about $250 out of your grocery bill just with the chicken and all the stress eating and the granola bars and all of those. $250, $300, somewhere around there. So I get Irlen, and I understand that. And if you need to do delivery, I'm okay with that. I really am okay with that.
Is it free delivery or do you have to pay?
Well, she probably has to pay like $12 or something, which is what it is here. But let me tell you, $12 is cheaper than spending $20 on a cake.
That's true, but that I think some people use that. What is that, Instacart or Instacart or something? That one's a lot more expensive, right?
Yeah, an Instacart.
It's $12
yeah.
at Walmart?
At Walmart, it's $12 for here.
Wow, I thought it was still free.
Oh, no. No, it's not. So
you should send me down there.
I know. Yeah. Let me tell you, that's why I loved when we were in Kansas. You shopped at Aldi for me. You were the.
Oh,
thank you.
I knew exactly what we got, and Aldi's so easy. I just went down the certain aisles, and I was like, we need some of this and some of this and some of this.
Yep.
And if I got too much, well, I know we would get less.
We'd use it easier. Use it. So that's going to be one of my tips coming up. But let's get through her grocery cart right here. Okay, I am okay with the carrots. That's a little bit high, honestly. The onions, that's slightly high compared to Walmart. That's about $1.35 a pound. In Walmart, it's 99 cents a pound. Or no, that would be actually, that is a good price. 88 cents a pound or so. Yeah, actually, your onions are good. Celery, that's about the price for celery. Now, pesto, she paid $16 for pesto. That's a pretty fancy schmancy sauce for $15. Now, I get it. If you and your husband are on special diets, then okay, if it's just you and your husband eating it, but I would not be feeding that to the kids. That's just crazy expensive. Okay, now the next one here is guacamole tray. That's, I mean, I don't know. If you could, like I said, if you could cut 2.5 weeks worth of work every month, which is how many weeks a month? 2 times 12 is 24 plus 6. So 30 weeks. 30 weeks a year divided by 4. That can't possibly be right.
So what math are you trying to do?
You do the math because my head's hurting.
What is it?
2.5 weeks worth of work is how many months in a year?
Months in a year?
Yeah. 2.5 weeks worth of work. So I know that's
2.5 weeks is like a half a month.
Yeah. So that's like 6 months. She could cut 6 months worth of work, probably 7 months.
2.5 weeks per month?
Yeah.
Oh.
2.5 weeks per month in a whole year equals how many months?
Well, it's
2.5 times 12.
6.
So it's almost 7 months. She's working almost 7 months a year to pay for
so
this.
That's 30 weeks.
Yeah.
So, whoops.
I think it's
Divided
almost
by
7 months a
50.
year.
It's 50. It's 58%.
Yeah.
Of a.
Almost
it's 58%
7 months
of the
a year. Yeah. Almost 7 months a year to pay for this stuff. I would not be giving the boys no
it's 7
pesto
months.
for $11 a pop. That would be definitely a treat every now and then.
Well, can't you make pesto? I thought pesto was cheap.
You
to
can,
make.
but it's not necessarily cheaper because pine nuts are pretty expensive.
Oh, I forgot about the pine nuts.
Yeah, pine nuts are pretty expensive. Okay, then the next thing is strawberry preserves.
One thing about that too is that it's nice to give them sometimes what they like, that they especially like. But if they get what they especially like a lot, when they get older, they're going to be a nightmare for you.
Yeah.
I mean, even like nice kids who always get what they want become a difficult kids when they get older.
And she said, I got 15 avocados for $15 this week. That's not exceptional, but it's better than what you're paying for the other stuff. And you can freeze it. Go back and do a search and you can find where I freeze my avocados that I got on sale. Okay, next, strawberry preserves. $7.39 for a thing of jelly. If she would go to Walmart, not even going to buying it on sale, for $4.64 for strawberry jelly at Walmart. Almost half the price. Almost half the price right there. All right, the next one is, now here she did a good deal for $2.69 a pound. She got the chicken. Now this is where I would stock up. If it goes below $2.69 a pound at any of the stores, that's where you really need to stock up. If you see $2.49 a pound, then I would fill your entire freezer full. And I would definitely get a freezer and start using it. All right, the next thing here is...
Oh, Desert Lady says Instacart in Arizona is $9.95. Well, that's cheaper
Yeah.
than what you said Walmart was.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. It can be fairly reasonable. Okay, the next one is your green beans are fine. I'm good with that. But here, yet again, she said she got these Blondie bars because she was stressed out for another $17 for stress eating. Now, here's a big one.
What are Blondie bars?
Just non-chocolate brownies.
I gotcha. Okay.
What, chocolate-free brownies? I don't know. How do you say that? They're actually really good. Okay, so here's the next thing. She's paying $17 for organic juice pops. And I have a feeling that only lasts about a week in her house. That's 23 cents an ounce. Now, if she would make her own homemade popsicles, she would pay Oops, I lost my thing. Oh no, there it is. $4 an ounce instead of 23 cents if she made her own homemade popsicles. If she bought the cheapy ones at Walmart, the Fun Pops are 3 cents an ounce. Now, I did ask her, I said, if you could cut 100 hours of work a month, would it be worth not doing all the organic stuff?
100 hours a year.
100 hours a month. I
was going to say, okay.
Month. I misspoke.
Sorry, I missed.
If you could not work 100 hours a month, 2.5 weeks, is it worth not buying the organic stuff? And shoot, I can't find. But she says yes, it would definitely be worth it to not buy the organic stuff. So right there, you just cut, 90% the price by 90% just by buying the cheapy Walmart Pops right there. All right, the next thing is Barkeeper's Friend and all of these things. Those are not food. I noticed she had a lot of non-food items in there. Toilet paper and Barkeeper's Friend and toilet cleaner and all of that. She is probably spending about $100 to $200 a month on non-food items. So I don't count that in my grocery bill. I know a lot of people do, and that's fine. But why I don't count that in my grocery bill is I don't buy non-food items at the grocery store. Walmart has across the board been cheaper. Costco is cheaper for some things like toilet paper and trash bags, maybe paper plates. I'm not quite sure. But I never buy paper products, cleaning products with my groceries, ever. Ever. Okay, and once again, here is yet another Blondie bar that she had. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe is that the same one? No, I think this was a different thing. I can't remember for sure. Now, here's the next one. 4 pounds of hummus for $20.
Whoa. You can make hummus for.
You can make 4 pounds of hummus for $4. You can make 4 pounds of hummus for $4. I literally take a thing of chickpeas, go to my other channel, Super Easy. No, was that on Living on a Dime or Super Easy? I think it might have been on Living on a Dime, actually. I made hummus in one of my videos. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of my grocery audits. But
so just go watch all the grocery audits.
Go watch all the grocery audits. Why are you staying away from dyes, Amanda? You said nothing about any of the kids having a problem with dyes, I don't think. So chickpeas, literally open the can of chickpeas, stick your immersion blender in there. And then I just stir in my lemon juice, my garlic powder, my oil, and I just stir it. And I do it straight in the can, but you could put it in a bowl. And you can make 4 pounds of chickpea. You can make 4 pounds of hummus for $4. So I just cut your hummus bill by 80% right there. And it looks like you guys probably eat a lot of that. The next thing is the Greek style yogurt, and it's a honey flavored, $5.69. And then milk for $7.89. Yes,
wow.
Right there.
Wow. Well, it's the name brand, though. I think that's what's killing you on that one.
You've got to stop buying all this convenience food. You got to stop buying all this convenience stuff. You could quit your second job today and take that extra 1 hour a week. That's all you need is 1 hour a week. You could stop working for 100 hours a month if you would take 1 hour a week and properly grocery shop so that you're getting the best deals. You said you were shopping the sales. You said you're buying the good deals. You're not doing that. You're buying convenience.
Well, a lot of those things are may appear to be on sale, but they're not really sales. They're not really good deals. And that's one thing, because stores have ways of suggesting to you that this is a sale, and people will just go with it because it says it's a sale, whether or not, you have to actually do the math yourself and figure out, is this really a good deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said,
especially, wow, when we were younger, there were buy one, get one, well, not buy one, get one free, but there were, some were buy one, get one free, but others were ounces, family pack. A lot of times we're finding the family pack is more expensive than buying all the other packs individually.
Yeah. She said, I guess one of her kids is allergic to the red dye number 40. Okay, that's fine. Just do the grape juice then. Just make homemade grape juice popsicles. Okay, guys, this is brought to you by our Dining on a Dime cookbooks. 40% off right now. Our 25th anniversary sale, 25 years ago this month, Mike bought me the first domain name for our website. Thank you. If you would have known then what you don't now.
It's got its benefits and its drawbacks, yes.
Also, our gluten-free, can you put the lower third up? Our gluten-free, dairy-free cookbook, guys, is also included in this sale. Also, our price book, which is what Amanda needs. She can write down the prices. Right here in this column is what I pay for my stock up price. And then I have 3 spaces for the best deal for her to stock up. And this little thing will probably save you as much money as the cookbooks. It's all about buying the food at the buying your groceries at the absolute lowest price. And let me tell you, $7.89 for milk is not the absolute lowest price on here. Now, back to the yogurt. She paid $5.69 for yogurt. And if you get $3.54 from Walmart, just add a tablespoon or 2 of honey in there. It will still be cheaper than buying that expensive Greek yogurt. All right, the next one is orange juice are you ready for this? $8.29 a gallon.
Is that
right there?
Oh, that's tree ripe. Grove Select, no pulp. Wow, that's kind of hoity-toity. Oh, sorry. We don't buy the juice that often, but I would buy the frozen concentrated. It's way cheaper.
So it's actually not.
It's not? It used to be.
I looked it up, and it actually is not cheaper necessarily. It's cheaper by $1.50 when I looked it up. It's $1.50 cheaper to buy the concentrate now at Walmart. But if you got it on sale, my goodness, Winco has sale prices all the time for stuff like that, for like 99 cents. So that's where I would stock up on them. So $8.29. Sorry, boys, you are drinking water. No juice will touch the refrigerator of our house for $8.29.
Well,
it won't happen.
Tara's always had ours drink water. Very occasionally, if the juice is on some kind of crazy deal, she'll stock up on it. And then she'll kind of give it out over time so that it's like an amazing treat each time, but she's not having to buy the new.
Yeah. We buy orange juice. If it's not on sale, when it goes on sale for 99 cents, I will stock up 2 or 3 door shelves, not regular shelves, but door shelves of orange juice. And that'll last us for the year. And when it's gone, I don't buy anymore. All right. Okay. The next one is, let's see. Oh, yes. Can you take off the lower third? Blueberry bagels. Holy macaroni. $4.99 for blueberry bagels and $6.78 for blueberry bagels, or buttermilk bread, excuse me. $4.99 for blueberry bagels and $6.78 for 2 loaves of fancy schmancy bread. Right here, Walmart, $3.44 for the same exact bagels, a whole dollar less. And if she just got the regular blueberry bagels instead of the mini ones, right there, $2.68. I'm sorry, you can cut the bagels in half or quarters. and then you've got your mini bagels. You don't need mini bagels. So you can save almost 50% on that right there. Once again, she bought more bananas. Peppers, she got 6 peppers for $8.39 right there. If she would go to Walmart, let's see, did I get that screen in here? 88 cents for a pepper at Walmart. You can save about 40% right there just on peppers. She gets the sour cream in the pouch for $2.68. But if she would buy the sour cream for the same amount, $1.97, so she can save about 30% right there just in the tub. Just use a knife to scoop out things like sour cream. That's one of the many tips in our Dining on a Dime cookbook. Use a knife to serve things like jelly and mayonnaise and sour cream instead of a spoon, and you will use less and still get the taste for it. Same amount of taste. The next thing is the cheese, $6.98. And oops, I missed the screen, but on the cheese, she paid $6.98, but it's on sale this week at her grocery store for $5.99. So she could have saved almost $1 on the cheese. On the Country Crock, $3.43, which is almost half water, 22 cents an ounce. If she would just buy sticks of margarine for $1.24, $7 cents an ounce. So that's a 60 to 70% savings right there. More fancy schmancy bread. Now, she said that they don't eat grains, but there is a lot of grains in here. So for not eating any grains, no, Donnies. Well, the 2,600 Donnies is for a month, but yeah. There's a lot of grains in here, and you're buying all the fancy stuff. Instead of spending $2.98 and $3.57, get yourself a loaf of bread from Walmart for $1.42 and get yourself a thing of hot dog buns for $1.46, and there's your hoagie buns and your bread. $4.38 for spinach, already cleaned and everything. I mean, that's fine if you are using it for you and your husband on a special diet. Grapes, $1.88 a pound. They were just on sale last week for $1.20 a pound. I would buy grapes that week. Now, we're going to go through a little bit more. If you need to deal with that, you can. Bananas, I'm good with. Okay. Apples, I'm good with your apples. I'm good with your bananas. But and I'm good with your potatoes. But look at this. Bush's beans, $2.22 for the same exact thing that is 98 cents at Winco this week. Same exact thing. And you paid $2.22 instead of 98 cents. If you stopped working 100 hours a month, you could spend 1 hour a week going grocery shopping. And if you needed to stock up, you could send yourself in and you could send your husband in, and you guys could get double. You could each go one time and pick those up. Okay. Next. Oh dear, I'm having a Tara moment. Ladies. You are killing yourself working at these jobs. Literally killing yourself working at these jobs. When you could quit that job, stay at home, and save as much, if not more, money on all of these things. I guarantee if she showed me her budget, I could tell her how she could completely quit working and she could probably come out ahead. Until you get it in your head that it is not worth killing yourself for bread that is $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8 a loaf. There's nothing that can be done to help you. You have to decide that I would rather spend 1 or 2 hours a week at home doing the groceries and doing cooking. Yes, that's all I spend is 1 or 2 hours a week cooking. I spend 15 to 20 minutes making my dinner. Her boys are old enough. Her boys can do all of the dishes. But it's really sad that you are so stressed out and you're killing yourself, and you don't have to be. You really don't have to be. And I know being a stay-at-home mom is not the in thing at the moment. But let me tell you, we have really gone back in time as far as feminism is concerned. We really have. Women are absolutely killing themselves. And they don't need to be. And it's their own darn tootin' fault. All right, next.
But you're here to shine the light.
I'm here to
lead people out of the darkness.
I'm here to give them a wake-up call. Get it together, people.
All right, you haven't said that in a while. Who missed that? If you missed that, type 1. If you didn't miss that, you probably didn't hear it. Which is no, just kidding.
As a matter of fact, I almost guarantee you, Amanda could quit work and her family would be so much more peaceful and her stress would be down 1,000 times if she quit work and just focused on staying home, cooking good meals for her family and taking care of the house.
There you're getting it. 1 in the chat.
Oh, everybody missed me.
Yes.
Okay.
Just Vicky says, do it again.
All right, pistachios, if this is for you and your husband for your special diet, that's fine. Once again, toilet paper is not cheap or is not part of the grocery still, but I will tell you, I have proven that it is one of the about 5 or 6 things that is cheaper at Costco. Toilet paper is one of the things that is cheaper at Costco.
All right.
It's not worth a Costco membership, though. It's cheaper, but it does not equate the $60 or $70 a month that it is for a Costco membership. Okay, next.
Is that how much the Costco membership is? Monthly?
No, a year.
Oh, okay.
But still, you don't save that much that it's worth it. Okay, next, maple syrup. Yeah, that's not a need at all. $5.77, the same exact thing you can get for $2.36, over the 60% savings there. Cheerios, $6.77. She paid 21 cents an ounce. If she would have used this week's ad, now I did get this from her store in her town, 16 ounce, 50% savings. If she would go in, stock up, and there's not even a limit on this one. There's not even a limit. Girlfriend, I would go in and buy 40 boxes of Cheerios. Put them in your stockpile, and you will have Cheerios for the next 6 to 8 months.
Because it's all oats. So oats
it's just oats, yeah. 50%, over 50% savings right there. Like 60% savings on that. Sloppy Joes, I do not buy any pre-made mixes like that. Use the Sloppy Joe recipe in our Dining on a Dime cookbook, and instead of paying $1.98, you will pay about 25 cents for that.
That's in volume 1.
Volume 1. You can also go to my other YouTube channel, Super Easy Recipes, and that video is on that channel. You can find it over there. Okay, next we have Goldfish. Guys, these snacks are getting so expensive. 32 cents for gold sticks, for 32 cents an ounce for Goldfish. And then she's also buying peanut butter filled pretzels for $5.96, 24 cents an ounce. Now, watch this magic happen, people. She could buy pretzels for $2.24. And then she could buy saltines for 10 cents an ounce if she wants, and peanut butter for 10 cents an ounce. So instead of paying 51 cents for the pretzels with the peanut butter in there, 51 cents for 280 calories worth of peanut butter pretzels, she could make her own peanut butter pretzels or saltines with peanut butter for 25 cents, a 50% savings right there. Your boys are old enough, they can open the jar of peanut butter and spread it on a cracker.
Well, that is another thing that Tara,
Even the 7-year-old can do that.
Tara has the kids a lot of times make snacks like that for themselves. And as they've gotten older, they've realized they can just do that. So yeah.
Yep. Okay. Next we have, let me get my slide up here. Just one second. Okay. The next thing is the Bush's beans. Oops, I already did that one. But once again, it's on sale at Winco for 98 cents instead of $2.22. Now, these ads that are coming up, here is how I would shop for you, Amanda, this week. If I was living in Boise this week, this is how I would shop, okay? And this is just one store. I didn't even comparison because I wasn't feeling good. I didn't even comparison shop a bunch of stores, which I could have done. I didn't take into account going to Grocery Outlet once a month to stock up on granola bars and that kind of thing. I'm almost 100% sure Grocery Outlet will be way cheaper for granola bars and that kind of thing. All right. So,
and one thing about Grocery Outlet is part of their business model is that the things are about to expire, or sometimes they are expired.
it's
but
fine.
I heard somebody on the radio the other day having a complete panic attack meltdown about,
And this was a Christian.
It expired, and oh no, is it gonna? It was spices. Get it together, Amy.
I heard the same thing.
But she was having a meltdown about the spices being expired, and we have to throw them away. Like, most food being expired does not mean it's bad. It means it's, the company thinks that it's not as fresh as they would prefer that it was. But if you throw it away,
just use double the amount. If the freshness, if the potency isn't there, they say, well, it's not as potent. Then just use twice the amount, but don't throw it away.
Well, and somebody's going to call Amy and say, I would tell Phil. You can tell her for me. Anyway.
I am not commenting.
But Grocery Outlet sells things that are getting ready to expire. But we used to buy stuff from there all the time, and you can't tell. It has to be a long time expired for it to. I mean, it's one thing if it's eggs or meat, but other stuff, it can go quite a while usually before the expiration really makes it taste different.
All right, now, just go ahead and send me the comments and questions, Mike. I'm almost done, but here's how I would shop if I was Amanda this week. Right now, this week, at her local Kroger store, $3.99 for 93% lean. 93%. $3.99 is fairly good for lean ground beef. So I would get that. I would get bone-in pork roasts for $1.49 a pound. That is darn tootin' cheap. And those things, those things are so nice to cook. You throw them in the oven, throw them in the crock pot, throw them in the Instant Pot. Let it slow cook all day long or in the Instant Pot for 2 or 3 hours. Shred it. And you have shredded pork for barbecue beef or barbecue pork sandwiches. You can use it in my Shayla ham and noodles, my sister-in-law's ham and noodles recipe in here. You can use it for green chili. You can use it for pork tacos, burritos, tostados, any of your Mexican foods. Just add your Mexican seasonings, homemade. Of course, your Mexican seasonings, homemade. And do all that. So I would get several of those pork roasts and put them in your freezer. I would get the watermelon, the cantaloupe for your fruit or vegetable this week. That's a very good deal. Peaches, $1.29 for your fruits this week. Nectarines, they're $1.29 also. That's a very good deal. Your cereal, $1.49 for Honey Bunches of Oats. That's about 12 cents an ounce, give or take. Cheese, $5.99. Let's see what else I have on here. Okay, they've got your barbecue sauce and your Captain Crunch and granola bars for $1.99 instead, right there. They've got fancier hamburger and hot dog buns. If the Walmart ones aren't good enough, for $1.79. They have chicken thighs and drumsticks for $1.29 right there. I would fill your freezer with that. If you find it for 99 cents a pound later, I would get it for that. But $1.29 is very, very good. That's still cheaper than most of your chicken right now. Let's see. The next one is, okay. The next thing is, can you tell we call it overwhelmed working mom of 3 boys for the summer? That is exactly your problem. You really need to quit your job and have your job be your home. People do not give homemaking as a job enough credit. How was I able to spend $400 a month on my grocery bill for 6 people until 2020? And then it was $400 a month for 5 people. And then it was $400 a month for 4 people. And now it's $500 a month for 3 to 4 people because inflation's going up, but I'm still keeping it around $400 a month. I get it's inflation, so I'm not feeding as many people. I get that. But it's because I'm home and I'm not running around like a chicken with my head chopped off and overwhelmed all the time. And that's exactly your problem. So she said we eat spinach eggs with ham and cheese and avocados, chickpea salad, couscous, and quinoa. Okay, if that's for your husband and you, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Grilled veggies, red onions, squash, salad, eggplant, kebabs. I don't know what that hummus stuff is. Veggies, salad wraps. Okay, you can make all that, but just make it at home. Stuffed feta with spinach cheese. Spinach something or another grilled. All right, then we've got... Okay, can someone please give me 1 thumbs up in the below there? Because we're at 666 right now, and that's just disturbing me. So someone right below the video, just click the thumbs up, please, for me to get away from 666, please.
Great.
I know that's Facebook and YouTube. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I almost spit out my water. Oh, my goodness. We just planned a 30th anniversary trip today, so Mike is in a good mood.
Yep.
Okay. For the kids, she has pancakes, frozen pancakes. Instead of buying frozen pancakes, if you would make them, even if you bought a pancake mix, it would still be half the cost to make them with a pancake mix. Cereal for breakfast, corn dogs, chilies, pot stickers, PB&Js, that's totally fine. Just use the cheaper bread. Snacks, carrots, olives, pickles, bananas, chocolate protein milk. I don't know why you're doing the protein milk. Milk already has protein. You don't need extra protein in the milk. That's just an extra expense that you don't need on there. Let's see. And then for desserts, fruit smoothies. Smoothies are one of the most expensive things you can make. They are one of the most expensive things you can make, especially when you're doing all of this fancy schmancy stuff like blueberries and spinach and mangoes and almond milk. Maybe that's for you and your husband. That's fine. She said her husband has to do a special diet with extra protein. That's fine. Just buy your protein like your chicken when it's $1.29 or $1.99 a pound. That's fine. He can eat that. That's not that much extra protein. See, people add these things in, and those are the excuses that they make, saying, well, my husband has to have extra protein. So that's why my grocery bill is $1,000 more a month than it needs to be. No, it's all the other stuff. Then she says one kid has POTS, so extra salty snacks. No, that's not an excuse. I have a child that possibly has POTS also. They can literally eat some salt out of their hand if they want to. They could drink some salt in a glass of water if they wanted to. But saltines, pretzels, just adding extra salt on their food is more than enough. That's not a special diet enough that it would cause them to need anything special. Then the next thing I would do is I would check your Winco every single week. I mean, this week they've got ground beef for $1.98 a pound. Now that's even cheaper than the $3.99 at Kroger. I would have stocked up on the 4, and then I would have set my husband in for 4 more. I would have gotten all the baked beans that I could have gotten. I would have gotten all the chips that I could have gotten. It said for two. I would have, then you could have gotten the watermelon also. So here's the thing. You are just tired and worn out. And quite frankly, you need to quit your second job immediately.
Second job?
Yeah, she has 2 jobs.
Oh.
She's a caretaker and she works at a veterans hospital.
Oh yeah. I would just do one of those, or none if you could do that.
Well, honestly, she could probably just be the caretaker and quit her regular job, and it would be fine. But some other snacks. If your kids are super hungry, they can have popcorn. Just make some good old-fashioned homemade popcorn. If you need to make bagged popcorn, they can have just regular popcorn. Nobody makes popcorn anymore. You and Jack have a thing almost every night.
And popcorn was one of the snacks that we really encouraged the boys to eat when they were in the eating everything in the world mode, because it fills them up and it's fiber. I mean, it's good for them.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot better for the budget too.
All right. So Amanda, thank you for reaching out. I totally understand you are overwhelmed, but let me tell you, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train. It is not a train. This is something that can most definitely be changed, and you can easily do it, easily quit one of your jobs. I know that's scary. But we literally cut 50% off of almost everything in your groceries that you showed me. And you only showed me about a quarter to half of the groceries you bought this month. So I think that you can do this. I think it's just a matter of, if you are having the Erlen problem, then just go ahead and do the delivery. I'm okay with that. I would definitely go ahead and get your Erlen glasses, get the overlay so that you can read and do that kind of stuff. Again, the overlays are only like $7, so I would definitely get that. But definitely do that. Okay, we're going to get to your comments and questions. Give me a thumbs up if you guys are liking this video. This helps our videos go out to more people on YouTube. That's why so many people ask you to give a thumbs up at the bottom underneath there. All right. And Hello 5 says Albertsons has ground turkey for $1.98 a pound. Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's great. Okay, here we go.
Pro tip, don't make jerky out of it.
Hey, that was one of my first cooking
I'm just saying,
experiments.
if you're listening to me, see, I guess today I can't say you're not listening to me.
Do you want to tell them? You weren't there, were you? You
No.
weren't in my life when that happened. That's just the story the family keeps telling about me because they can't let it go.
But I came to your defense. I told them your cooking was amazing. I told them that I married you for your cooking.
Aw, thanks.
I didn't, but I should have told them that. It would have been hilarious.
So the first time I got a dehydrator, I put ground turkey on there and all the to try and make turkey jerky, and it all fell through the holes and burned, and it was a big mess. Amy's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Amy. And Debbie's celebrating her anniversary, 43 years. Good job not killing
years.
him. Good job.
Will we make it to 43 years?
I don't know. No, we won't. We'll be in heaven before then. Linda says that we are her favorite YouTube channel. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Ruth is in Houston. Still no electricity with 90 degrees in weather. That is exactly why I do not live in Texas anymore.
Oh man, Houston is. I used to live in Austin, and Houston is so much more brutal than Texas. I'm then Austin. Sorry, Houston is so much more brutal than Austin. I can't imagine having no air
I
conditioning
was in
there.
Houston. How long were we in Houston? An hour?
Were you in Houston? Oh yeah, at the airport.
No, for your job interview.
Totally forgot about
About
that.
an hour. We were in Houston, and I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
I don't
man,
care
that
if you
was-
get this job. We're not moving here.
That was so far back I can't even remember. That was
Oh,
back
you were
almost
there?
before fire was invented.
Yeah. Let's see. Gina says, why buy organic foods when you're eating candy bars and cake? Exactly. I never understand this. And I'm not saying that Amanda is doing this, but I know tons of people. They do that, and then they'll go to the ice cream stand and get 1,000 calories worth of ice cream. Like, oh, brother.
Well,
Diana's-
also I've known people that say I don't eat GMO, which we don't think is really a problem. But people say I don't eat GMO, but then they'll go get tortilla chips at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, almost all the corn is GMO.
Yeah.
So like if you eat corn.
Yeah. Diana says price book. She should use the price book. Yes, it is also on sale right now if you guys want it. That helps you keep track of prices so you know when it's the lowest price to stock up. Margaret, not eating because her kids want more on $2,600 is concerning. Yes, it definitely is. You need to start buying. You should not buy, Amanda, one piece of meat that is not on sale. One package of meat. You should not buy any meat that is not on sale. I would not pay more than $4 a pound for roasts, and I would not pay more than $3 a pound for hamburger, pork, and chicken. Margaret, Wanda, what is the diet her husband is on? The NASH diet. He's got a liver issue of some sort, and so it has to be protein and vegetables. But guys, this whole protein and vegetables thing is just another excuse. You don't have to have an expensive grocery budget to be on that diet. I am on those diets. I have been on those diets. I know. And my grocery bill did not get any higher.
Tara's huge mission, like, how can we do this? Actually, it's funny because when we've traveled around, which we didn't travel around very much until recent years, and when we go somewhere else, she usually tries to figure out how can we make it work here. Like we went to Branson on a vacation, and she was able to figure out a bunch of stuff there. And then we were overseas in 2019 in 5 different countries in Europe, and she was able to figure out, except for Norway. Even Norway, we figured out something, but Norway is truly expensive. It's the only place we found
That was crazy.
that we've ever been that's really significantly expensive.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. And then Lori wants to know, do I store my spices in a jar? No, I do not. I just keep them in the container that they come at the store. Janet says she baked our blueberry coffee cake muffins this morning. Had to taste test as soon as they came out of the oven. Had to taste another at lunch. Addictive and delicious. You guys rock. Thank you for all you do. You're welcome. Bounty, have you tried rubbing peppermint oil on your temples across your back? No, right now. Right over there, and there's peppermint oil. Could you go grab it? It's in a white bottle. I was just sniffing it. Let me try it, please.
What are you sniffing for?
For my headache.
Oh.
It's in my soap stuff right there on the silver, on the stainless thing. It's right up front. I'm going to try that right now. Nancy, I make your spice blend since my husband is gluten-free. Yes.
Alpine Frost?
No, it's in a white little mini jug, like a mini, it was right up front.
Oh.
Spice blends right here. Dining on a Dime, Volume 1, Volume 2 are all gluten-free. Also, the
Put this in that kind of hillbilly jug you used to have by the door.
and the what?
That little jug you used to have by the door.
Yes. And our gluten-free, dairy-free edition, if you're gluten-free. Okay, I have my peppermint oil here for my soap making. Let's give this a try. Ooh, it smells good. Okay, she said on my temples.
I'm not smelling it.
I am going to the pain
Smells
doctor
like
tomorrow in Gillette, 2 hours away. I'm going to be stocking up on groceries while I'm in the big city. And you know what? Let's just sit here and sniff. Oh, I feel the tension releasing from my body. Okay. Actually,
Amanda's
maybe that
asking-
is helping. Wow.
Amanda's asking which cookbook has the desserts.
Both
All three of
cookbooks.
them.
All three of them. Yeah, all three of them. Amanda, you need to make your desserts. Oh my goodness, you could make those desserts for like $1 versus the $17 to $20 you're spending on the desserts. It's okay to have dessert. Just make it at home. And let me tell you, I guarantee you 100%, you're going to say, this is so darn tootin' good. Why was I wasting money on brownies at the store? I guarantee you. We don't even buy store-bought stuff, except for donuts
For
occasionally.
dessert?
Yeah.
No.
Except for donuts occasionally. Otherwise, I don't buy coffee cake. I don't buy brownies, nothing. It is all homemade. I will do a box mix, but it's still a homemade box mix. Box mixes are just the same. I'm okay with a box mix. I have no problem with that. Luann says, watching this makes me feel fairly successful. My groceries run about $60 a week. Yep, there you go. Michelle says, if you're using Instacart, prices are higher than if you shop in the store yourself. Yep. She said, just the starving children for PB&Js. I mean, just give them 3 or 4 PB&Js if they need to. It's okay. It really is. Amanda, everyone is already fed. She did our Dining on a Dime taco bake. I think that's in volume 1.
Yum.
Yay. 40% off right now, guys, for our 25th anniversary sale. The link is in the description below. And listen, here's the deal. I'm even going to give you the ebook for free.
Again? Girl, you're going crazy. I'm going crazy. Nobody remembers those commercials.
30 very long years. No, actually. Actually, it's gone by fast, hasn't it? Kind of.
For you.
I'm going to give you guys the ebook free. Go to livingonadime.com, click on shop, go to the ebooks, Dining on a Dime, Volume 1. Use the coupon code DINING, DINING, 1, the number, not the ONE, the 1, DINING 1.
I just put it in the comments as well.
Vicky says this is one of those times when making your own bread would be a cheap way to go. Exactly. 100%. Same with my gluten-free bread. Yep. And if you guys are gluten-free, try my gluten-free France sandwich bread. It is really delicious. Cindy, she has still never bought Dave's Killer Bread because it's so expensive. I know. Wanda, just have to make sure the family doesn't eat more homemade bread than the store-bought. Yes, but the homemade bread is only for her. The homemade bread is only for her. So, Amanda says we quit bread for the most part, but I mean, girl, you had a lot of bread in there. You had goldfish, you had granola bars, you had hoagie buns, you had regular bread, you had all of the desserts, you had there was a couple of other bagels. I think you're in a little bit of denial about how much bread you eat. So Luann says she could make homemade oatmeal cookies. Oh my goodness. Dining on a Dime, Volume 1. They are so delicious. This is what I fed my teenage boys because it filled them up.
Connie in the Badlands said to put that across the back of your neck too. The
Ooh.
peppermint.
Well, I'm just going to be smelling all Christmassy. Okay, here we go.
I'd be curious to know what the Badlands are like up there.
Have you never been there?
Badlands in Canada?
Oh, Canada. Yeah, Canada. I'm sorry. I was thinking South Dakota. Okay, there we go. I'm feeling calm. Okay. Not really. Okay, Claire,
Okay,
it would be
that's
cheaper
over.
to buy store brand Fig Newtons. Taste alikes. Exactly. Yes. Store brand everything. I would buy store brand everything. Just Vicky, gonna have to go cold turkey on the granola bars. Yeah, I think so. That's crazy expensive. Diana, her boys could eat a loaf of bread a day for snacks for $1.25. That's what my boys do. One of them right now is on a cinnamon toast kick. And he'll just make 6 pieces of cinnamon toast, put it in the oven, broil it, and eat it. You know, it's okay.
He's not one of the younger kids, so.
But, well, even if he was, it would,
6 pieces of cinnamon toast.
Well, I mean, Jack would eat that when he was.
You gave him 6 pieces?
Yeah, if he fixed himself a snack, he would.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When they're in a growth spurt, they do.
Oh, gotcha.
Diana, her boys could pop popcorn. Yeah, exactly.
Nellie also says easy with the oil, a little goes a long way. Otherwise, your eyes will burn.
Oh, great. You can send me the next ones. Claire says it takes about 3 minutes to make hummus. Yes, it does. And she could make 4 pounds of hummus literally in 3 minutes. And she could save herself $20 right there. $20. Nancy says, OMG, this lady needs the cookbook made famous by none other than our Tara. Just think. The world was forever changed when I came up with that idea.
Which one?
The cookbook.
Yes. I didn't know I was being ambushed. I mean, I just remember I was going to my full-time job in another city and Tara was like, read this on your lunch.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's worked
I
out.
would do so many things so different. Oh my goodness. Maybe we should do 10 things we would do different in our business if we had to go back. Aaron loves my hair. Thank you. It's my Tara's toupee. You guys like my Tara's toupee? I was having I'm going to throw up, please shoot me in the head headache migraine today. And yeah, what was the point of that? Oh yeah, so on those days I put my hair in a ponytail and put on my toupee. But I'm going to the pain doctor tomorrow. He's going to cure me.
Well, we'll see.
I have to have hope.
You do have hope.
I don't care if we've spent almost $100,000 having hope. You got to have hope. It's kind of depressing, isn't it? I'm sorry. Do you regret marrying me?
No.
There was no hesitation.
Well,
thank you.
I just booked us an anniversary trip, so obviously
So Mike, I have
it's
to
worth
tell you,
celebrating.
I have to tell you what he just did for me. This is true love. So you guys know a few months ago at the beginning of the year, we had a major, very major thing happen that cost us a lot of money. Totally wiped us out. We had our Mother's Day sale, and thankfully God was very gracious and we were able to pay for that. So we have been on track again, getting our savings and everything back up. And Mike knows that my favorite TV show is Newhart. And he also knows the only thing I have ever had on my bucket list, is to go back east to see the fall colors changing. I've never seen, well, we did go to Wisconsin, but that was in November and it was super, super pretty, but we only got to see like 2 days because by the time we were leaving, it was pretty much done. But he just booked 7 days. 7 days?
Yep.
In Vermont for our 30th anniversary for me.
Happy anniversary, honey.
Now let's hope the trees are changing.
We did a lot of looking to figure out when
I
they're
hope.
likely to change. So she also always said Vermont. So
Yeah.
we sure made Vermont
I really wanted to go to Vermont. We will not be wearing our Trump shirts 3 weeks before the election in Vermont. We don't even have Trump shirts. We don't even wear Trump shirts. I told him you couldn't have gone to a more volatile state, maybe New York, yeah, possibly, but 3 weeks before the election. But I am going to enjoy the leaves fluttering down around me.
Hmm.
I always wanted to stand in a forest where the leaves were fluttering down around you. So will you shake the tree so they'll
Did
flutter
you not
down
do
on
that
me?
in Colorado?
No, not really.
I got footage where I was well, I didn't do it just for the footage, but standing underneath the trees over there by Horseshoe Park.
I
think you
don't
walked
I
over there
don't
with
know
us
that I've
once.
ever just stood under the trees with the leaves fluttering
It's
like that.
cool. You'll love it.
So, because we were able to get back on our feet again, we decided to celebrate. Thank you. I
You're
think you
welcome.
love me just slightly.
I might.
So we are doing that, and I am excited. All right, let's see. Everybody's saying may as well make oatmeal cookies with fruit or chocolate pieces in them. Not any different. Yeah, granola bars are the biggest scam of the 1970s and 80s. All they are is oatmeal cookies with fruit and nuts in them. That's all it is.
Lots of people saying they loved Vermont and have a great time. Have a wonderful
Yay.
time.
Thank you, everyone who gave us the advice when I asked for it yesterday.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out exactly where to go and what to do, and we were slightly overwhelmed with information and kind of figured out a basic plan last night, and then I finalized the plan today. So
Yes, thank you. Turid said in Norway we have it so cold that people from hotter countries come to visit us. Yeah, I believe it. I loved it. We were in August in Norway in August when we went on our big 25th anniversary celebration. And it was so nice being so cool in August. Oh, it was wonderful.
I was wondering if people might be getting confused. The 25th anniversary, 30th anniversary thing, the 25th anniversary sale is because Dining on a Dime, the cookbook, is 25 years old.
Yeah.
But the 30th anniversary is because that's our wedding anniversary.
Yeah,
So that's the
sorry
more
about that.
important one.
Aw, thanks. Jen says my husband does not shop. He does not buy anything. He doesn't look at prices. Yeah, I mean, guys, don't send your husband shopping if he's not going to comparison shop. Mike was very, very good. I was so thankful when we had little kids. He did a huge amount of the grocery shopping when we lived in Kansas. All right, everybody says get a freezer off of Facebook used. Yes, for you, Amanda, I would get 1 or 2 freezers and get those stocked with cheap meat. Let's see. Homemade guacamole, Cindy says. Yep, that's great. And Marianne says Dollar Tree has strawberry jams. Yep. Kimberly says with my vertigo and migraines, large stores get to me too. Yeah, you might have Erland syndrome, actually. I don't have quite the color glasses, I don't think. I have to go back and get retested. But I don't know. Let's see. Can you see? Let's see. Ugh. Can you see against the white? Can you see the blue there? Yeah, there. Can you see the blue tint? So they are tinted blue. But what's funny about this whole Erland syndrome thing is I went from being in elementary school, basically flunking elementary school, to junior high and high school. I was a straight A student. I think it's because I wore tinted glasses in high school and in junior high and high school. I think it is. And so I think I had it all that time and I didn't know it. So you have to check out the Newhart House just outside of Middlebury. Actually, that's one thing we probably won't do because it doesn't even, I looked it up, but it doesn't even look like the Newhart House. They painted it beige. Why would you do that?
Beige?
Yeah, it looks awful. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing.
It would be cool to see it, but I know the inside isn't the same as what you're
yeah,
used to on the show.
But let's see. It is.
It would be cool to take a picture though in front of it.
Okay, so here. Okay, so here it is. Let me share my. Screen here just a second. Okay, this is what it looks like now.
Well, it's not a bad looking color. It just doesn't.
But it's not the Newhart House.
It doesn't look like the Newhart House anymore.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my life is ruined. Oh, not really.
Gail says they look a little blue, but not much. Yeah, I was noticing that They look a lot bluer in real life. And
Yeah.
she feels self-conscious about that.
Well, it makes me look about 40 years older because it makes the dark circles under my eyes even more dark. So I don't wear it on the show, but it would certainly help me on the show if I wore them. Because the fluorescent lighting and this isn't fluorescent, but the LED is just as bad as the fluorescent. And so it really helps with that. Ron, if her hours were suddenly cut by 50%, she would quickly start replacing much of the processed food and prepared foods she buys in Cooking with Scratch. Yep. And Cooking with Scratch doesn't mean you have to be standing in the kitchen all day long. I cook from scratch all the time, and I probably spend a half an hour total on all of our meals. Now, granted, I don't have little kids anymore, so maybe an hour a day for if you're cooking breakfast, lunch, and dinner for all of the kids and your husband, and you have specialty diets, but okay. On the milk, somebody said it looks like it was 2 jugs of milk. I am sorry. I did not see that. So that means she was paying, but still she was paying like $4 a jug for milk.
I guess I wasn't quite understanding how to read that receipt.
Well, they put the total number on one side and then underneath they put the quantity. So it's hard to see. Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah. I'm banning the Badlands. What about plain bagels with blueberry jam? Yes, except blueberry jam is very expensive. Although it might be cheaper than blueberry bagels. And Claire says, use iced teaspoons for scooping stuff out. Okay, you can send me the next one. Rita, eggs are cheap. Yes, they are. And then Tanya, I got milk marked down to $1.60 a gallon, and she froze it. Very good. Elizabeth, quit work and make homemade dinners and do the recipes in our cookbook. You will be so much happier, and so will our family. I really think you would, Amanda. I really think. Yep. Kimberly, I need to cut sugar because I know want to lose weight. One thing I noticed about being on a diet is you do have to watch your fruits because of the fructose. Yeah. I started watching my fruit intake. I really dropped the pounds. Yep. Teresa, came to a stoplight. Light was green. I caught myself saying, get together, people. That's funny. Janet also took the basic bread recipe for pizza dough. Yes, and we have a really good pizza dough in here. And listen, for special diets, let me tell you, our Dining on a Dime cookbooks are really good for special diets because it's none of the fancy schmancy stuff. It's easy stuff, but the pizza is easy to make. The bread is easy to make. Diane, my husband demanded I go back to work and get daycare. Working for childcare, I left with one less child to raise. Yeah, no kidding. Oh my goodness. Thank you for not being a schmuck.
You're welcome.
Elaine, kids do not need that many choices for snacks. 100%. And that was another tip I was going to give. The snacks, you need to have 3 breakfast and lunch meals that you make every day, pretty much. And then you need to have 10 dinners that you rotate through. And then you keep all of the food on hand, stockpiled in your freezer and your pantry with those ingredients. And then let's say you want pesto pizza tonight. And there's no pesto sauce in your pantry because it hasn't been on sale for a while. Then you're just going to make regular pizza or you're going to make something totally different. But you keep the ingredients on hand, purchase them at sale price, and then you can cut your grocery bill in probably 50%. And then you just make those meals with the groceries that you have on hand.
Well, actually, Tara has a video somewhere back in the system. You can go search on our channel for about the stockpile. We have a stockpile room that it's kind of like a store. She gets all this stuff that's on sale and stocks up on it. And then when it's not on sale, she just goes down there, has one of the boys usually go down there and she'll say, go get me some cocoa or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And they'll go down there and pick it out and bring it back. And then she just restocks the store when it's on sale.
Yeah. I need to see what grocery stores Gillette has, because maybe they have something good and I didn't know it. Okay, so they have Kroger. They have Dawn Supermarket. Oh, well, maybe I won't be stocking up.
Your mom does not have a deep freezer, right?
No, she doesn't. But for years, I didn't. I mean, the first, 10, 12 years we were married, I didn't. Okay.
I remember when you asked if I thought it was okay if we got one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That one lasted us a long time till our power got zapped. Okay. Oh yeah. Mary Ellen says, "Don't touch my eyes with the peppermint oil." Thank you. Yeah. Actually, that might be helping a little bit. It's not gone away, but I don't feel like I'm gonna puke.
Well, maybe we should use it more.
Here, I'll just sit here and answer the questions like this.
Did they say you might burn yourself?
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my goodness.
Burn your
Okay.
nostrils.
Elizabeth, how do you get weekly flyers? Our stores don't send them out anymore. So I would just go to your store's website and look it up. But places like Winco, they mailed that to me. Now, this Winco ad is for a store that's 2 hours away from me. But they send it down to us because they know so many people go to Billings from Sheridan. So that's why they're trying to get more people up there. And we should have gone when we were looking at the car the other day.
I'm not going to say it.
I know. I had a headache. Okay. Tara, do you think people just don't know good grocery prices? Or were they tired trying to get into that store fast? I think it's all of the above, Elaine. They don't know their prices and they're too tired to get in and out of the store. And I think this is where working women has completely decimated the family. It really has. It has caused so much stress in the family that doesn't need to be there because people are buying all these convenience foods or they're just buying stuff because they're just tired and they just don't feel like dealing with it. And I don't blame them one bit. But, yeah. Oh, Anne says she loves watching us. We're so much fun.
Thank you.
Diana says, use Dining on a Dime Volume 1 and adapt the recipes to your diet and leave the expensive things out for the kids and company. Yep. Living in Oz, I volunteered at our local food bank and our state allows us to give out food 5 years past its expiration date. That's great. I am so glad to hear that because it makes me so angry when food banks, like in Colorado, they would not allow you to give anything I think a week past the expiration date. You could do a week, but that was it.
You could do a week?
I think. I'm not positive. We didn't go to the food bank, but I had a family member that did, and she gave us all of her extras. Joanne makes smoothies. When I collect, freeze all the leftover overripe fruit and vegetables. Yep. Kimberly, we got a couple of years till we hit 30 years together, but I don't know if we're going to do a trip. I think once I hit 65 and 4 more for years, I'll turn 60 next month. We'll probably have some money saved up and we can do a long weekend. Her hubby doesn't like to fly. Yeah. Well, our first honeymoon was kind of a disaster. But we were in love.
It was fun, but we didn't have the life experience we have now to know that some parts of it weren't a good idea.
Like, don't go camping on your honeymoon in Oregon in October because you'll wake up in 5 inches of rain when your air mattress deflates and it's pouring outside.
Well, love will keep us warm.
When you cook your food over the campfire, it just burns to smithereens and then you end up at Denny's anyway.
It was beautiful where we went.
Live and learn.
It was too much driving. Didn't think about that.
Yeah, we drove from Colorado to Seattle, which we should never have done.
Although it's funny, we drove through a lot of places that we eventually lived.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Teresa, can you do a video on salt and which one is the best? So confused on what to use. Just go buy some salt. Seriously, guys, stop stressing over salt.
Well, some people are talking about how you have to buy some kind
for the minerals and all that. Just
Yeah.
Stop stressing over salt.
Just more salt. The world needs more salt, people. You're supposed to say that again.
The world needs more salt, people.
There you go.
But stop stressing out over it.
Getting all your Tara-isms in today. We've got Get It Together, people. We've got Good Grief. And there's a new one you were doing today. I forgot what it was. I've heard you do it before the last couple of days. Shows. Oh, it was holy something. Holy.
What was I holy? I don't remember.
It was a new holy thing.
Jamie, I hate the excuse that extra protein costs more. My husband and I work out 4 to 5 times a week. We eat a lot of protein, but our bill is still only $300 for a family of 3. Look out for the deals. Yeah. Yep. Cheryl says pickles have a lot of protein. Yep, those are good. Oh,
Wait.
Minith is from the Philippines.
No, pickles have a lot of salt.
Sodium. Sorry, I was combining two. I was scrolling as I was reading, and I was combining two comments. I apologize. Pickles have a lot of sodium. Yes, that would be good for the POTS child. Rita, our daughter, has 7 children, owns her own business, homeschools her children, make her own jelly, and grows her food, I assume. Yep. Diane, I'm on a strict diet for inflammation, and it's killing me. Not allowed any grains, only meat, vegetables, goat, or sheep cheese. Yeah, that's the diet I'm supposed to be on. Amazing Grace Tar, my doctor told me the fibromyalgia is causing the tendon and muscle problems I've been having, but the more I research, I think it's low estrogen causing it. I think it's low estrogen, yeah. I think that people going against hormone replacement is one of the biggest mistakes and harm to women that has ever been done. So I would try estrogen and see, yeah. Valley of the Badlands, we were hungry as kids. When we were hungry as kids, Mom always gave us a slice of bread and jam. Yep, it is okay to eat bread and jam, bread and a piece of cheese. It's really okay. Oh, wow. Country Gals says it's going to be 60 years for her and her husband. Wow, good for you.
Wow, 60 years. Wow.
Melissa says, Mo said on Yellowstone about his son that he wouldn't eat PB&J. That boy's not hungry enough. Yeah, no kidding. Jamie, I made your no-bake Oreo and peanut butter cheesecake for my extended family, and they loved it. That's on our website, livingonadime.com. And I think, or no, the cheesecake is just on the website, livingonadime.com. And they all about boogie desserts too. They are all about the bougie desserts too, so that we're surprised at how good the cheesecakes were. I know.
Oh man,
it's the simple food. People just make good food.
The cheesecakes are amazing. You can't make them too much. Your dad will eat them too much.
You don't even like cream cheese, really. I mean, you eat it a little bit, but you don't normally eat cream cheese. But he loved the cheesecake.
I didn't used to, but I think it's
growing on me. Come to like it. Kathy says over the years she's received all of our ebooks for free. She's also bought 3 free for herself. Very good. Gail says if you make homemade bread, add a half a teaspoon of vinegar and it will last longer. Yep. Oh, Susie, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you.
All right. Vicky says, group prayer. Lord, we lift her up for you for this pain issue. Amen. Thank you. Yes, I am going tomorrow. I got a stellate ganglion block a month and a half ago, and it helped, not as much as I'd hoped so. And this other doctor, I'm going to try possibly that again with some other stuff. So we're going to see if we can get my fibromyalgia under control. Margaret, if someone wants to redefine a meal, a simple idea, sandwich with a slice of cheese, sliced tomato, sliced onion, slice of boiled egg, a bit of salt on the tomato, it's really quite satisfying. Oh my goodness, that sounds so delicious. Sharon, I became a frugal cook and need my family to feed my family at 5 at a young age on limited income. Available. It was quite good that my kids were not only not picky eaters, didn't have food allergies. Yep. Wanda says you're really racking up the brownie points. Janet, the chocolate chip cookie recipe is the best. Diane says just made your chocolate chip cookies and she loved them. Thank you, guys. Rebecca, I made hummus in less than 5 minutes in my NutriBullet. Yeah, and guys, stuff like that, I just rinse it off and throw it in the dishwasher if it's oily. If it's not oily and it's just the beans, if you leave the oil out, then just rinse it out and pour it. I don't even wash it real thoroughly. Just rinsing it out right away will work. Mary Ellen says wintergreen works good too. Yeah, I took 2 Aleve, 2 aspirin, and 2 Tylenol. I know, but I couldn't even get it to dent it today. I was in bed. I don't go to bed for migraines, and I went to bed today.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you went to bed.
Yeah. Wow. I power through migraines. Mike will tell you. He can see me, and he's like, do you want an Alka-Seltzer here?
Yep.
All right. Denise says, I've always wanted to go to Vermont. Happy anniversary. Actually, now that at first I told him no. After our Yellowstone trip, I was like, oh, brother, do I want to try this again? But I'm like, wait a minute. If we do this properly, then it should go well. Maybe.
So you let your travel planner plan it for you?
Thank you. I appreciate it. And we're even flying out of Sheridan. We don't even have to drive 5 hours to Denver or 2 hours to Billings.
One thing, our town is pretty small, and the awesome thing is it's awesome to fly out of our airport here because there's one gate, and when you go to take all your stuff in and go through TSA, they have to set down the coffee and get up and come over there. It's such a wonderful laid back experience. So I love that. It's hard to get lost.
Francis says Stowe, Vermont is very beautiful. That's what I hear. I hear it's like the Estes Park of Colorado, is what I hear. So
that would be awesome.
It's the Estes Park of back east. I bet we'll be the only people from Wyoming there. Elizabeth said, we just went to Vermont for a ride last week. Just pretty ride even without the autumn colors. Cool. Angie, what is a good temperature for a refrigerator to be on? Oh, well, interesting you asked that. Pistol, our refrigerator repairman, was here yesterday again. But he ever so kindly did it off the clock for us. Our good friend, I got to make him some cookies.
Because he felt bad.
And he says 40 degrees.
Is 40 what it's set on, or 40 is what it's supposed to be generally?
The temperature inside should be 40 or less. So 38 to 40.
So what do they recommend to set the thermostat
Well, it depends.
on then?
Well, it depends on your refrigerator. You just got to get a thermostat in there.
Gotcha.
Kimberly says Newhart was one of the best shows ever. I know. Every year we watch it all the way through again. Although now it's getting more frequently than every year because we're tired. We're like, I don't feel like watching a movie. No, let's just watch Newhart. Okay.
I was just thinking though about the episode where the guy came to see the fall colors. I was like, let's not have that experience, shall we?
Oh, that's what I'm hoping. Oh my goodness. But the thing is, the dates we picked, we should be good for the dates we picked. We should be good for hitting something.
Yeah. In that episode, this guy came and stayed at the inn, and he was telling them how amazing he heard the fall colors were, and he came for that, and the whole time he was there, nothing happened at all.
Yeah. Somebody's wondering if my migraines triggered by food. Yes, they are definitely triggered by dairy, and I think dates also. I had some dates the other day, and I started getting really sick, and I was like, what's going on? And so I need to go. I've been on an elimination diet 1,000 times. But I can't figure it out. So
gotta do it again.
Yeah. So right now I'm on no dairy, no wheat, no sugar of any kind, no honey, nothing. And that has helped my fibromyalgia pain. But I don't do that. Kim, what happened to the car we were looking at in Billings? We get there and the lady doesn't even have the tires blown up. There was a flat tire, no license plate, no way to test drive it. I'm like, seriously? You knew I was coming 2 hours from Sheridan. You don't even have the tires aired up? Of course. Okay. How do I say this delicately? Next time we're going to look at the map to see where the neighborhood is located. And we're going to look at a street view of the map because the houses were
not very good
on the lowest end that you could get in Billings, I think. And so, not to be snitty, because we've lived in these neighborhoods ourselves, but when people live in really, really not great neighborhoods,
like not taking care of neighborhoods,
they don't take care of anything. Their yard is a mess. Their houses are falling apart. They usually don't take care of their cars. So,
well, and that's the thing. Some of the stuff like the tires being flat. If the tires are flat, that probably means that they didn't check the oil.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, I was.
Brother, he's getting everybody.
Will that actually go?
I don't know. It's on Facebook. Will it work?
I didn't see it on Facebook. Okay.
It's because it's in response.
It's where?
In response to somebody. Okay. So, Vermont will be tons of fun. Just don't talk politics. I learned that the hard way. Yes, love Newhart. Say hi to Daryl, Larry, Daryl, and Daryl. Yes, I will say hi to Larry, Daryl, and Daryl. Yeah, Mike said maybe I should wear my gun holster with my Trump shirt and my gun my gun ball cap. I'm like, oh my goodness, you want to get us killed?
What?
Yeah, they go in and do everybody.
It says you can't ban a chat owner or moderator.
Mercy.
So anyway,
Okay, sorry if you guys are getting, ignore the friend request. That's just spam, guys. So if you're getting that, do Newhart skits. Okay, Newhart skit number 1. Are you ready? What do the 3 guys say when they walk in?
hi, I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother Daryl.
Okay, and your other favorite Larry, Daryl, and Daryl.
Well, you have to give the backstory for that one.
Comment when they are trying to court Stephanie. When Larry's trying to court
There's
Stephanie.
this like, she's not an heiress. What is she? I
She's
guess
an
she's
heiress,
an heiress.
yeah.
But she's working as a maid, and Larry likes her. And one time, some people come in, and they're all. One guy comes in, and he's being mean to everybody and talking down to everyone, and he starts yelling at the maid. And then Larry and Daryl come over, and they say, "Hi, I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother Daryl." Another guy said, "Why do I care who your names are?" And he said, "We thought you'd like to know the names of your assailants." I love that one because, of course, then the guy shut up and left. It was pretty funny. So.
Oh, brother. Okay, I got him now. Okay. Oh, good grief. Now you can't. Oh, my goodness. Okay.
Where is this?
It's on Facebook. Okay. All right, guys. Have I ever had a toxicity test for chemical mold? Yes, I have. So I've had it all done. When I say we've spent close to $100,000 trying to help my fibromyalgia, now it has helped. I am gone from bedridden to being up 50% of the time, but it's not cured. So livingonadime.com, guys, go check out our books. 40% off for our 25th anniversary of our business sale. livingonadime.com. Thank you, Amanda, for sharing all of your receipts. We will see you guys next time.
Bye. Have a good night.
Oops, sorry.
Have a
I was
good night.
reading comments.